All right, boys and girls, we're back here. We're going to continue where we left off. Excuse me. Last video we did squash and stretch and timing here. We talked about our frames and our frame rate in order to control time. We're going to continue with that. Okay. We've got our bouncing ball here. I'm going to go ahead and just turn that guy off. Okay, for just a second here. And our next one we're going to do. We are going to let me pull this over just a little bit. See my frame here. Okay. Show all here. Come on. Just trying to zoom out here. Okay. So our next one here, we're going to go ahead and use this asset again here. But this time we're going to change that asset. Remember, as when we grab our asset, if I want to use this, well, let me get a new frame here first. Let's go ahead and lock our frame here. We'll make a new frame. And this time we're going to take, and what we want to do is make our ball move at a constant speed. Is what we want to do. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to make a ball and we're going to make it go across the screen. We're going to do it at a constant speed. That's what we want to do for our next one here. Okay, so our first thing we're going to do here, oh, you dirty bag, we are going to simply grab an asset, drag it on the screen. Okay, we've got that. Okay, now again, if that's our green ball, that's our purple ball in here. Okay, I'm going to make a copy of this since I just made this and we've got that. We're going to use this one again. We're going to use it a couple times though. Okay, I'm going to get B and I'm going to move this guy just off the screen. Okay, now my goal is to make this thing move across screen in a constant point. Okay, so I kind of started in the middle, so I'm going to drag that frame all the way to our first frame here so we have that. Okay, and my job is to get this from here to here in a constant pace. So I am going to hit F6. I'm going to turn on my onion skin. I'm going to move my ball over and I'm going to kind of use that white dot as a reference, and I'm going to hit F6 and I'm going to move that over and I'm going to bring it over to about that same white dot, hit F6, bring it over to just about that white dot, F6, and you see what I'm doing here. Now if I'm successful in doing this, what it should do is this ball should move across at a constant space across the screen, because I am moving each frame at exactly or darn near close to the exact same position in every frame, and that should give the illusion that our ball, move it right off the screen, like that. Okay, so then when we play this back, turn off our onion skin, go ahead and play. Our ball should move across the screen in a constant space, in a constant time. Okay, if I wanted to slow that down, I could add, just like we did in our last video, a space between each one of those. Okay, but that's all we're going to do for that one. We're going to go ahead and just pause, and we are going to pick up with the next one, which is going to be moving at a very fast pace. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's just label these. We're going to call this bounce and squash and stretch. This one, that's just the warning. It says you got spaces in there. We're going to call this one constant. We're going to make a new layer, and this one's going to be fast. Okay, so let's go back to our first frame here, and I'm going to use that same asset again. Okay, and I'm just going to bring it in here, down here. Okay, now I want to use this again but I'm going to change the color of it, okay? But I need to make a copy of this, duplicate this, because if I just change the color of this here, okay, and I could jump inside of here. I'm in green ball now, right? So if I grab this and I go to properties and I change the fill color, it's going to change the fill color to the other one, because remember, a symbol is a reusable asset, right? So if I change one, it's going to change every instance of that, okay? So I'm actually going to come up here and get back into the scene. Command Z. Back to the scene, okay? I'm going to right click on it and I am going to duplicate the symbol. And let's call this RB for red ball. Okay, so now I've got a duplicate of the symbol right here. Okay, now I'm going to go into this and I'm going to change this to a red ball here. I'll make it red. We'll grab the shadow here and we'll change that to a darker red, and then that will be our red ball that we use. Okay, and then in my library we'll have red ball right there. Okay, all right, now we're going to make red ball is a symbol. Okay, let's get back into the scene. Okay, and we're going to make this one go fast. Okay, so on this first one I'm going to hit F6. Okay, but this time I'm going to move them much farther apart. Okay, I'm going to turn that onion skinning on so you can see. I'm going to try and move it about that. I'm going to try to be constant on here. F6, 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 and take it off the screen. Okay, now with having fewer frames, you're going to see that my ball is going to go across the screen very fastly, very quickly, fastly. That's not a word. Okay? So we got a green ball that's moving at a constant speed. We have a red ball that's also moving at a constant speed, but it's going much faster because we space the frames apart. Okay? So that is what we're picking up. Okay? I'm going to pause there, and we are going to continue with the next one, which is how do we make it move fast then slow, or slow then fast. Okay, so we'll work on that here in just a second.